The transfer window is slowly approaching its end, and on the last day, we might see an incredible number of sensational transfers, at least among free agents. However, there are players who, despite seeming like they should have found a new club by now, still haven't signed contracts yet or are planning to end their careers. For example, Dele Alli. The last time the Englishman appeared on the pitch was back in February 2022, and in an interview with Gary Neville, he opened up about his difficult childhood and recent time in rehab. His life has been a struggle with addictions and psychological issues. This interview has positively changed the public's attitude toward the footballer and garnered support from football fans. However, for a potential new club, such revelations have diminished his chances of signing with a top or mid-table team. Outside of football, Alli's life seems to be improving, his personal life, attending fashion shows, and appearing on television. But now the English footballer faces the challenge of reviving his career, and it's clear that no top club would want to sign a contract with an emotionally unstable player. Therefore, his return is more likely to happen with Premier League outsiders, a championship leader, or perhaps even abroad, where I believe he could quietly and effectively return to the pitch. If he manages to do so, it could be a beautiful cinematic story of a comeback to the top of the football world. However, it will take a lot of time, as he hasn't played at all for a year and a half, and such a long absence is very serious for a midfielder, but I hope he succeeds. Something similar is happening with Anthony Martial, but in his case, the root of the problem is his own attitude. The last time the French striker truly shone on the pitch was during the 2019-20 season under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. The Frenchman played brilliantly, and somehow the Norwegian manager managed to find a way to motivate an incredibly lazy player. Martial's downsides include his laziness in tracking back, pressing, and helping in defense. At times, it seemed like he simply didn't want to be on the field. When Martial signed with Manchester United, it was clear that he wanted to prove he was a world-class player, but in his recent matches for the Red Devils, it looked like his interest in football had dropped to the level of amateur leagues. Martial has a good shot and dribbling skills, and at a club like Nottingham Forest or Leeds, he could potentially play very well and be genuinely useful, but there's a catch. It seems like Martial doesn't really care about football, and if a club gives him a chance, there's a high likelihood he'll fail, simply due to his laziness and lack of professionalism. Whether it's in Italy, MLS, or Saudi Arabia, he likely won't be able to replicate what he showed in his best season 4 years ago, but if a manager can find a way to reach him, I'd be happy to be proven wrong in my assumptions. Another former Manchester United star, Memphis Depay, is also struggling to find a new club. After his time at Lyon, where he was the team's main star, he failed to make an impact at both Barcelona and Atletico Madrid. Memphis's main issues are his susceptibility to injuries and inconsistent performances on the pitch, where he alternates between excellent and terrible matches, although this doesn't apply to the Netherlands national team, where he is one of the best attacking players. But why can't he secure a spot in top clubs? It's the Quaresma syndrome. He needs to be the main star of a team where there is no clear competition for his position in the starting lineup. Only then can he perform at a high level. Additionally, his strong attacking skills and reluctance to play defense reduce the willingness of top clubs to sign him. His limited functionality and personal unwillingness to help in defense have been limiting factors. There were rumors that he offered his services to Roma, but due to his similar skill set to Dybala and the fact that the Argentine performs his role better, the transfer fell through. If Memphis evaluates his chances realistically, he might consider returning to the Netherlands, preferably to his home club PSV, or following the example of Quaresma by playing in Turkey and becoming a star for the local fans, who appreciate and value such players. But when it comes to unwillingness or a poor attitude toward football, that cannot be said about Keylor Navas. The Costa Rican's career is gradually coming to an end. A month ago, he was supposed to sign a contract with Monza, but the deal fell through. The goalkeeper wants to keep playing in Europe, and he doesn't care if it's a mid-table team or an outsider like Nottingham Forest. He just wants to keep playing at a good level and do his job properly. Big clubs no longer need a goalkeeper like Keylor, and not all European clubs can afford his high salary. However, it seems like Keylor would be fine with cutting his salary. I see him either joining Nottingham Forest again or Wolves. Italian or Spanish clubs might also be a good fit for him, but as I've said, he would have to cut his salary expectations in half to be able to play there. But one player who is definitely planning to stay in football for at least another 2 years is Mats Hummels. The German defender showed last season that at 35 years old, he is still an excellent player, despite not having impressive physical attributes, thanks to his intelligent defensive play. As I write this, there are active rumors that he might move to England and sign with either Brighton or West Ham. He would be an excellent option for Brighton, as he could serve as a conduit for their new manager's defensive ideas and complement them with his brave play. For West Ham, he would be a valuable addition to their aging squad, where he could become a leader and fit well with the club's playing style. However, it is also possible that Mallorca or Real Sociedad might swoop in to sign him. Personally, I think it would be very interesting to see him at Brighton, paired with Fabian Hürzeler and partnering with Lewis Dunk in defense, so we'll soon find out his next career move. Another defender who is still without without a club is Joel Matip. Personally, he's an important player who I believed could become a football star when I first saw him play for Schalke. He occasionally showed top-level performances for Liverpool, but endless injuries prevented him from securing a spot among football's elite. Yes, if he weren't so injury-prone, he could have etched his name in history as one of the best defenders in the world. Despite being without a club, several teams are keeping a close eye on him, believing he could strengthen their squads. However, I think his health and injury history are likely deterring clubs. If I were in Matip's shoes, I would consider continuing my career in a less intense league like Serie A, but according to rumors, he might realistically return to the Bundesliga and become a rotation player for Xabi Alonso's Bayer Leverkusen. Honestly, such a career move would be quite good for the 33-year-old defender, and the Spanish manager's ability to effectively rotate the squad could help extend Matip's playing career at a high level for at least another couple of years. A favorite among many in FIFA games and a footballer with a unique career, Wissam Benassi has been playing at a high level for over 10 years, consistently performing for Toulouse, Sevilla, and Monaco. He's arguably the most prolific footballer in the French league, excluding Mbappe, Neymar, and Messi. Despite his impressive goal-scoring record, he never had the chance to move to top European clubs to cement his success, which is unfortunate. However, for fans of the French league, he has definitely etched his name in history. But what's next? Will he continue playing in Europe or head to a well-deserved retirement in the Middle East? According to insider sources, many believe that his move to Saudi Arabia or the United Arab Emirates is one of the most realistic options. Given his background and the desire to earn in the final years of his career, I think he will likely take that route. But if he chooses to stay in Europe and moves to a club like Lille as a backup for Jonathan David, that would be very interesting. The main free agent on the market right now is Adrien Rabiot. Among all the free agents available, he is one of the most expensive, and his performances for Juventus over the past few seasons only confirm that wherever he moves, he will significantly strengthen a team's midfield, despite being considered a laughingstock in Turin early in his career. Currently, there is known interest in the Frenchman from Manchester United, Real Madrid, Liverpool, and Arsenal. Given the issues in the defensive midfield area, it would make sense to see him at Liverpool, but sometimes logic doesn't apply in football. At Real Madrid, he would be a decent replacement for Toni Kroos, but Carlo Ancelotti has stated that Los Blancos are not planning to sign anyone else in this transfer window. Manchester United has wanted to sign Rabiot for some time, but something always fell through, which might happen again now. Arsenal needs another player for squad depth and rotation, and Rabiot's skills would be very useful for the Gunners. However, I believe Liverpool would be the best option for him, offering a good continuation of his career, favorable financial terms, and a crucial role in the club. Who do you think among them will manage to sign with a good club before the transfer window closes? Share your guesses in the comments. In the meantime, thanks for watching, and highly recommend you to check out some of my other videos, such as When Footballers Go Wrong and Footballers Who Retired in 2024, as you can see on your screen. My name is Ole, love this game, I'll see you next time.